For centuries, I've watched you fight to protect humanity while forsaking your own kind. I will destroy you and everything you stand for with a power you can't even imagine yet.
Hello, hello, my beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of the Critics Collective. I got my boy Cory Marcus in the house with me today. Yes, yes. And we are going to be talking The Old Guard 2. From where we left off from the first one, of course, Andy leads immortal warriors against a powerful enemy that is threatening their group. They grapple with resurfacing of long lost immortals, complicating their mission to safeguard humanity. Eh, yeah, I guess. I guess.
Kinda.
Kinda long
Yeah.
lost. They made it seem like there's multiple when ain't nobody really know about the main bitch anyway. Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody really knew about that bitch until,
Yeah.
But then again, oh, of course, just to let the audience know, Old Guard is actually based off of graphic novels. There's actually 16 of them, and I believe, Cory, we discussed that they came out in, what was it, 2017?
Yeah. From what I saw, it said 2017, the first issue.
2017.
So yeah,
Okay.
that's a quick turnaround for like them to get a movie deal.
Yeah, that that
Yeah.
that is pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty quick. Anyways, let's just dive into it. Cory, go ahead
Okay.
with your highs and your lows for this one.
All right. So to just to get refreshed, I watched the first one before I watched the second one,
Same,
so it could
same.
just flow.
Mhm.
Um, for the lows on this one, I would have to say some of the editing threw me off. There were some moments in there that was just like, wait, I probably shouldn't see this, or definitely like very noticeable. There's like a line at the end where like she's supposed to be saying something and her mouth isn't moving. Um, the, the action, I don't know if it lived up to what the first one was.
Mhm.
Because the first, like, I didn't know it was a graphic novel, but the
Mhm.
action in the first one, like, I guess I felt the stakes more. Whereas
Mhm.
this one, I just felt like they just were just trying to push the movie to the end with that last uh, mess around. Um, my highs,
Mhm.
uh, Charlize Theron, pronouncing that right, and it was a Uma Thurman.
Mhm.
Like they're inner like I like seeing them both in this action because because Kill Bill.
Mhm.
I was just like, okay, I like that they got these two going at it. Um, I would have to say that's the highs. The what's her name? Niall. I
Mhm.
think her acting was way better in this one. Um, the other ones I felt like she was kind of flat, but I feel like she was probably like newer versus like your scene partner is like Charlize Theron, and it's just like you're going to seem kind of flat versus being in every scene with her. But I feel like she elevated a little bit over the years and just got better for this one. Um, I think that's my highs right there. That's it because everything else was just like okay, let's just get to I didn't like I thought this was going to be the end of the series, but clearly they're going to stretch it out to a trilogy. Um, but yeah, that's probably it for me.
Got you. So I am going to agree with you on some of the editing glitches. There were just a couple of minor things here and there that caught my eye that I was like, really?
Mm,
It's like watching something and a person's wearing one pair of pants and then they cut to a different scene and they cut back to that person and then the person is in a totally different pair of pants and you're like,
mm,
what the hell just happened? Yeah, that's how it felt. That's
yeah.
how it felt. I was like, what
Mm,
just happened there? Um One of my also biggest lows for this one is Niall's character.
mm,
Um, I will agree that I feel like her acting in this one has progressed a lot more.
Mm.
the actress that plays the character. But I felt like compared to number one, Niall had a lot more screen time, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
I felt like they brought her character in to, like, hey, you're a part of this ancient group of people,
Mm.
right? And it makes you think like, okay, so we're gonna see how in her perspective everything that's going to be going on, and how everything that's happening is going to affect her.
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
how in the first one it made me feel that the storyline was going to go.
Yeah.
You know, that of course you'll see, events happen to all the other characters throughout the movie.
Mm.
Um, but I felt like everything was going to be in the perspective mostly of Niall.
Yeah.
And then when we get to this one too, I felt like Niall didn't have as much screen time
Mm.
as she did in number one. And I don't know if
Mm.
they did it on purpose, because they're like, okay, we introduced Niall so that she's introduced to this group of people in the first one and the trials and tribulations they're going through in this first one.
Mm.
And now the second one is going to be, we're going to dive into, Andy's character,
Yeah.
and how her past life is going to affect this story.
Mm.
Now, granted, I have not read the graphic novels. I don't know how true the movies are staying to these graphic novels. Um, so I don't know if maybe in the novels this is how the flow was,
Mm.
but that was just the low for me, because I felt like, we were jumping to this person being important, and now it's like she's still important to the storyline, but we're
Mm.
gonna backseat her just a little bit, and we're gonna focus on Andy's character.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I
Uh,
felt like. Yeah.
that's how it felt like for me.
Mm.
Not that I didn't enjoy it, which I did, but I just felt like, why you put my girl to the side like that for?
Mm.
And now we're just focusing on the Yite characters. What's going on?
I mean,
I don't know.
yeah.
Like I don't know. Maybe I'm over complicating it. I'm overthinking it. Maybe it's not
Mm.
that serious. But I felt like she got a little bit of a back seat. Like they try to throw in like, yo, she's really important, but
Mm.
let's
Mm.
let's focus on Andy right now.
Yeah.
Like, okay, whatever. Um, so that was like the biggest low for me. Now my highs. I did enjoy that they kind of gave us a little bit of backstory into how the prophecy of the immortals.
Mm.
I don't want to give away any spoilers, so if you haven't seen it, people, go watch it so you can, you know, hear the little bit of prophecy that they gave us. But it still leaves us with some unanswered questions,
Mm.
which was a high for me because of the fact that, okay, I'm enticed, I still want to see what's happening next. So I feel
Mm.
like they giving you a little bit, like they dangling it in front of you, and they're like, oh, you want some more, you gotta wait till the next one,
Mm.
you know which is cool. But then at the same time it does piss you off, because it's like you kind of gave us what their purpose is
Mm.
in the first one, but why are they here? And it's like, okay, we know Niall is significant, extremely significant,
Mm.
but how is it all her life she wasn't like this, and all of a sudden it pops up
Mm.
as a grown ass woman? That's odd to
Yeah.
me. Like, what did you
Yeah.
have to, after a certain age it appears?
Mm.
But her character is much younger than everyone else's.
Yeah.
So it's like, why did your power pop up at this age and everybody else was, it seems like a late bloomer,
Mm.
you know? So that question is what's really eating away at me.
Mm.
And that, for me, when it comes to movies like this that gives you those twists and turns and mysteries and things like that, um that really enticed me,
Yeah.
because it makes me want to keep watching. So that's a high for me, at
Okay.
least. It pisses me off, but in a good way. Yeah.
It pulls you in.
Yeah, it pulls me in like, you motherfuckers, you left me right there.
Hmm. Okay.
I want to see what happens next. So you're making me want to see the next one.
Hmm.
Now, because, neither one of us, we both discussed, we haven't seen the graphic novels. I'm wondering, are they just going to make 3 movies and that's going to be the whole story? Or are they going to make 16 of these bitches?
I mean, if
Is it
they,
going to be the next Fast and Furious? They're like, when y'all motherfuckers going to die? Like, the fuck?
uh, I mean, I think it all depends on how successful the trilogy goes, and
Hmm.
they take the numbers in consideration. It's like, okay, they like this, let's give them another one. I mean, if you got 16 novels, I'm pretty sure you're not trying to like just crunch everything into 3 movies because that's probably impossible.
Yeah.
Um, so like if like since I've seen the two, like I'm interested.
Hmm.
So it's just like with Fast and the Furious. I know they're ridiculous movies, but I'm
Hmm.
I'm interested. I've been watching the movies for over like how many decades now? Maybe
I think I
two.
was a jit when the first one came out.
Yeah.
Let me stop lying. I wasn't that young, um, but
So,
25 forever. You know,
oh, well, that's how you feel.
yeah, 25 forever.
But like I'm enticed. Like I want to see how this ends. So like I'm 2 movies in. So if it goes to 3, I'm pretty sure I'll watch anything beyond that just to see how it ends.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I do have to agree with you on the point of they gave now a lot like less screen time. In the first one, they making it seem like okay, it's like Andy's character is passing the torch to Niall,
hmm,
but in this one, it was just like they kind of just like threw a wrench at that, and it's like, well, we got to focus on Andy and
yeah,
see what's going on with her. Her old, I don't know if they were a relationship or just old friend came back. You saw that at the end of the first one, and they're just focusing on their
Quinn.
relationship. Yeah,
Yeah,
Quinn, and even that story was kind of like not the main thing. But you do see Niall's like purpose in the scheme of everything.
yeah,
But I'm also curious like why her character is so much younger, or her abilities kicked in so much younger than everybody else's.
yeah.
So
That's
I guess it's just a part of I guess it's prophecy that they threw in there. Um, but yeah, it was okay. It was okay.
yeah. I mean, it's okay enough that we're waiting for the next one because we want to see how it goes. So
Yeah,
they did something. They did something.
yeah,
It's just
they did
maybe not
they put
up
my
to
shit
where we would
together.
like it to be, but hey, they're holding us. Let's see what happens next. So how about we go ahead and we rate this bitch? So here on the Critics
Gotcha.
Collective, we do accolades. Accolades? Accolades. Whatever. Eddie can yell at me about it later. Okay. 5 accolades is excellent. 4 is good. 3 is average. 2 is above average. 1 poor quality, or 0 is horrible. So Cory, what are you giving this one?
With mm, I'm gonna give it a 3. Like
Mhm.
I would watch it again before the next one comes out. Probably not
Yeah.
before that. Um, it's good enough to just like if you're like you like action, it's good enough to hold your attention. But again, with the editing like because I'm in film, those editing mistakes just stick out to me like
Mhm.
like a sore thumb or whatever. And but some like the story carries well. So yeah, I will give it a 3.
And I would definitely have to agree with you. I'm gonna have to give it a 3 as well. I would see these again. Definitely, probably am gonna rewatch both of them as a
Hmm.
refresher prior to the third one coming out, but probably not before then.
Yeah, yeah, that's how I feel. 'Cause
Yes,
that's how I was with the first one. I saw it the first one. I was just like, okay, cool, and then I just watched it that one time.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I did. And then I was like, you know what? I need to refresh my memory. Let me watch this right quick before number 2 comes out. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. Well, thank you everyone for joining us on another Critics Collective. Excuse me, Jesus, now I can't even speak English. Whew, ice don't come for me. On the old guard too. Once again, just please comment down below, like and subscribe, and just, watch 3 minutes of this reel. If you can't stand us, that's perfectly fine. Just give us 3 minutes of your time.
Mm.
Anyways, thank you, Cory, for joining me, your girl Iris, on another Critics Collective.